It's me, Danielle J. Mitchell, your up-and-coming queen of real estate, and I'm here for another episode of Tuesday Tip at 2. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. It is me, Danielle J. Mitchell, your up-and-coming queen of real estate. Thank you for joining me for today's and this week's Tuesday Tip at 2. Listen, it is wet outside. It is raining. It is gray. It's all those different things, but it's okay. I'm here to bring a little sunshine because if you are in my neck of the woods, which is Philly surrounding suburbs, it is that kind of day today on Tuesday. This week, I'm talking about what to look for. What to look for in regards to a real estate agent. If you are local, again, in the Philadelphia and surrounding suburbs, of course, I want you to utilize me. But you may have other friends or family that are realtors and everything. And, somebody just may do a very, very good job at finding you and calling you. And sometimes that creates a sense of obligation to them. Somebody you may have used in the past, because they keep in constant communication and contact, which is what you're supposed to do, which is the beauty of being a realtor, is making sure you're making those connections and you're sending out, mailers or emails or different things. It, helps to build a connection and rapport. But I also understand that this channel is for equipping you in the things of real estate. So whoever is supposed to work with me, is supposed to work with me. But whatever is for me is for me. So I always say, hey, I would love to have you. I would love to work with you. Here's what I bring to the table. But ultimately, it's, who you feel will be a best fit and who you vibe with. I think that's important too. Who do you feel as though you can do this journey with comfortably? And that's important. I need you to like this video. I need you to subscribe. I need you to comment. I need you to do all those things. Guess what? Because these algorithms, okay, on these social medias, they like you when there's interaction. I don't care if it's just an emoji. That's fine. A thumbs up. That's fine. A thumbs down. I'll take it. I mean, it's not so nice, but I'll take it. But anyhow, so number one, comparing real estate agents online. There is Zillow, there is Redfin, there is Realtors, Realtors.com. I think there's Homes.com. Find reviews of realtors, of course, on their Facebook pages, on their Instagram pages, their social media pages. Google them. That's a huge thing. So finding out information on a real estate agent is paramount, right? So if you want to kind of get into it and make sure you're feeling comfortable with what somebody can do for you and whether you're buying or selling, right? If you're seeing that I'm heavy into marketing, so you're going to find testimonials of listings that I've had, or buyers, right? Those are things that you're going to find where you can feel like, oh, well, they helped them and they seem happy. I don't do testimonials for everybody because just some people are private, not because the experience wasn't good, but some people are more private. And usually those people will just write a review or something, as opposed to an actual video testimony. Number two, let's talk about getting a referral. Of course, word of mouth is huge. I have a lot of people refer me clients, or refer me to people. Make sure I got it right. Refer me to people. And that's always a great thing, right? Past clients, and things like that. People that getting a referral is always a fantastic thing because that person has experienced them, right? And even if there are some people who have never, bought or sold with me, who are like, hey, I just appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate the information that you're getting out there. I appreciate your energy, whatever it is. And I want to get, you came up in conversation because I know this is what you do. And I know this is what this particular person is looking for. All right. So number 3, check out the local housing market in person. So therefore, go to an open house. Go to an open house in an area that you want to be in. Plenty of real estate agents will get clients off of having open houses and having listings, right? So if you see a house for sale, if you see um, an open house or something in an area that you want to be in, it would behoove you to maybe meet the person that is in your preferred area, because guess what? They're probably going to be a pretty good expert on it because they just sold something or they're in the middle of selling something in that area. Number 4, meet with at least 3 agents. You can. And these things go both ways, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Of course, with a seller, more a lot of times people are more choosy. Um as a buyer, you're just so excited to buy. It's just like you almost pick whoever picks up the phone, right? Especially if you're a first time home buyer. But meeting with different real estate agents, if you know of them, and if you feel as though you want to have some options and choices, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And you just ask some questions. You can ask some questions, which going into number 5, asking the right questions. How long you've been working in real estate? Do you primarily work with buyers or sellers? How many active clients do you have? Are you a part of a team? What's your specialty? Are you equipped to handle my unique such situation, which takes good communication from you, right? Transparency from you. And when you ask that question, so I always say, one of the breakdowns that can happen between a realtor and a client is that people just aren't forthcoming all the time. And I don't know why that is, because at the end of the day, the realtor is just trying to work for you, work with you, right? But sometimes some people are not as forthcoming as they should, which can make the process a bit harder than it actually needs to be, right? So when asking a question like that, also understand that it is a team effort. So you have to be honest and forthcoming with that unique situation. How will you market my home? And can you put me in contact with some references, right? So hey, if you can't find, which to me is problematic, but if you can't find when you Google them, some reviews or some videos on hey, then see if some past clients, they'll be willing to share some past clients. Number 6, explain your communication preferences. I think that's important because some people prefer text, some people have crazy work schedules. So hey, saying what your availability is and making sure it's aligned with that realtor's availability is important. Number 7, clarify your motivation to sell. If you are the seller in the situation, clarify, or even if you are a buyer, clarify your motivation to buy. I think it's important to be on the same page, especially if you're selling and you're under time frame, or even if you're buying, the same thing can happen. You could be under a time frame. So you have to make those things clear. Number 8, discussing a selling strategy as well as a buying strategy, and number of showings. So having those discussions of how are you going to approach selling the property, how are you going to approach buying a property. So it really depends on what the market is doing. It depends on your unique situation as a buyer to see what the strategy will be, right? If your budget is a bit more tight, that takes a time, that takes a strategy, right, to figure that out. A selling strategy, depending on the property you may need, right? Of course, a huge thing is taking pictures of the property and marketing it well and all that good stuff. So you just want to make sure that you have an open line of communication as it pertains to strategy. Agree on all the important details. Number 9, Those things are important, including commission structure, including, if you're selling, what's the commission? I would say don't be money motivated when it comes to selling. You want to be money motivated, as in, I want to make sure I'm making as much money as possible. Of course you do, but you also want to make sure that it's balanced with the time and effort that it takes. Because guess what? If you get somebody and their commission is just, $2, but then it takes you, 6 months to sell your property, or it takes you even 60 days. And depending on your situation, you need to get it done a lot sooner. Then what, time versus how much you're going to get, right? So I always say you have to balance that out. A way to balance out the money portion of it, is the character piece. You want somebody who's going to be personable. You want somebody who's going to be honest. You want somebody who's going to be knowledgeable. You want somebody, of course, you can look up experience or ask them about it. You want somebody who's going to be available. You want somebody who's going to answer their phone. You want somebody who's going to be proactive. You want somebody who's going to be professional, reliable, reputable, and tech savvy in this techie world. One of the things I always like to say is that I am a realtor who teaches. Clearly I'm doing a lot of vlogging. So I'm one who likes to give information through the process. I want to know that you know what's going to happen as much as possible, right? And understand what's happening. And I also feel as though honesty is the best policy. I want to make sure that I'm not going to, if you're a seller, I'm not going to sit over here and be like, yeah, that's a great price to list your home. But it's not. And if you're a buyer, I'm gonna be honest with you in regards to if it's a good offer, if it's not a good offer, if it's a great house for you as an individual. I'm gonna give you the honesty. I'm not going to blow smoke up you. I'm going to let you know 110%. It's in my honest and professional opinion, and for the best interest of what I know the client needs, because we had all these upfront conversations, right? And that's what you want. I'm not going, some realtors will, kind of bully people into getting houses and, finagle and do all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to do that. I want a client to, at the end of the day, be happy with what they decided to do. I hope that helps you. Listen, if you want to know more about how to choose a realtor, just call me. That's an option. I need you to go down to book.djmrealtyco.com. Again, book.djmrealtyco.com and schedule a buyer or seller consultation, and we can hit the ground running. We can get started, and we can talk through all this. We can talk to all this stuff. Just go, just book the consultation, and we can go through it. Remember, there's no place at home. There's no place like home buying. And I will see you next time on next week's Tuesday tip at 2. Bye. What's